Breaking news, Coco Gauff shocks the world with $11.5 million donation to fight hunger and climate change. Paris had barely cooled from the echoes of cheering fans at the French Open when another storm began to ripple across the world. Not from tennis, but from a statement that would reverberate far beyond the sports arena. Coco Gauff, the 19-year-old tennis sensation known for her explosive talent on the court, had once again captured the world's attention. This time, however, it wasn't her forehand, her serve, or even her trophies that made headlines. It was her heart, her courage, and her unflinching sense of responsibility. On a crisp autumn morning, Coco announced a monumental $11.5 million donation to the Changemaker Program, a global initiative dedicated to tackling food insecurity and the climate crisis. The news quickly spread across social media, international news outlets, and philanthropic circles. But the size of her donation was only part of the story. Equally shocking was a message she attached to it, a challenge directed at the world's billionaires. If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? The words were simple, direct, and bold, and they ignited a conversation about wealth, responsibility, and the power of individuals, especially young ones, to change the world. A champion off the court. Coco Gauff has always been more than just a tennis player. Since bursting onto the scene as a teenage prodigy, she has balanced her athletic ambitions with a deep awareness of global issues. Whether speaking out about social justice, advocating for equality, or quietly supporting charitable causes, Coco has shown a maturity and consciousness that rivals many of her older peers. Yet even by her own standards, this latest act was unprecedented. $11.5 million is not just a donation. It is a statement. It is a declaration that one person, armed with talent, resources, and courage, can confront some of the most pressing crises of our time. In a press release, Coco explained her reasoning. I've been incredibly fortunate to pursue my dreams, to travel the world, and to inspire young athletes. But I've also seen the struggles that people face: hunger, poverty, climate disasters that are beyond their control. I want to use what I have to make a tangible difference. Her message was clear. Privilege is not just an opportunity. It is a responsibility. The Changemaker Program, fighting hunger and climate crisis. The Changemaker Program is an ambitious initiative that addresses two of humanity's most urgent challenges. By combining innovative agricultural techniques, sustainable food distribution, and climate-conscious policies, the program works to ensure that communities worldwide have access to nutritious food while simultaneously mitigating environmental degradation. Coco's donation will fund several key projects: urban farming initiatives, transforming city rooftops and vacant lots into sustainable gardens that feed local communities; emergency food relief, ensuring that those impacted by natural disasters and economic hardships have access to basic nutrition; climate education programs, teaching young people about sustainability, responsible consumption, and the interconnectedness of global ecosystems. What makes Coco's contribution particularly noteworthy is her insistence on accountability and measurable outcomes. She didn't simply write a check. She requested transparency reports, progress metrics, and community feedback to ensure that her investment truly changes lives. A bold message to billionaires. While her donation itself captured headlines, her accompanying statement was equally, if not more, controversial. Addressing billionaires directly, Coco asked, "If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire?" This challenge struck a chord with people worldwide. Some praised her courage, likening her to a young voice of conscience who dares to confront entrenched systems of wealth and inequality. Others were skeptical, questioning whether a single person, even one as wealthy as a top athlete, could influence billionaires entrenched in the global economy. Coco, however, was undeterred. In interviews following the announcement, she elaborated, "I'm not here to shame anyone. I'm here to ask questions that we should all be asking ourselves about wealth, power, and responsibility. If you have resources that can save lives, protect the planet, or lift people out of suffering, shouldn't you act?" Her words resonated particularly with young people who flooded social media with messages of support. Across Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, hashtags like #GauffChangemaker and #IfYou'reABillionaire trended globally. The conversation was no longer just about tennis. It was about ethics, purpose, and the role of wealth in society. the emotional impact. For Coco, this donation was personal as well as public. Growing up, she witnessed both privilege and struggle. She understood that opportunities are often determined by circumstances beyond one's control, and she wanted to ensure that others, especially young people, have access to resources that can help them thrive. In a rare, emotional interview with a major news outlet, she shared, "I've been incredibly lucky in my life. I want to use that luck to help others. There are kids out there who are hungry, who lose their homes to climate disasters, who can't dream because survival is their only focus. That shouldn't be the case. We can change that." Her commitment embodies a philosophy that blends action with accountability, passion with purpose, and celebrity with social responsibility. A new era for athlete activism. Coco Gauff's announcement represents more than a donation. It signals a shift in the role of athletes in society. Gone are the days when sports stars were merely entertainers or role models on the court. Today, athletes like Coco are becoming leaders, advocates, and catalysts for systemic change. Her message to billionaires is emblematic of this new era. It is a call to question privilege, to act boldly, and to use influence for the greater good. Whether or not billionaires respond, Coco has already achieved something monumental. She has started a conversation that will echo for years, inspiring a generation of young people to think critically about wealth, power, and responsibility. More than a champion, Coco Gauff has always been defined by her speed, precision, and mental toughness on the tennis court. But this week, the world witnessed a different kind of victory, one that has no scoreboard, no sets, and no trophies. It is a victory of heart, courage, and conscience. Her $11.5 million donation to fight hunger and climate change is monumental. Her fearless question to billionaires, "If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire?" is revolutionary. And her unwavering commitment to the planet and its people is inspiring. In an era where the world often feels divided, Coco Gauff's actions remind us that one voice, one act of generosity, and one young person willing to challenge the status quo can change the narrative. Coco didn't just shock the world with her serve, her speed, or her Grand Slam victories. She shocked the world with her compassion, her courage, and her refusal to accept inequality in any form. And as the sun sets over Paris, the message is clear. True champions are measured not only by what they win on the court, but by the lives they change off it. Coco Gauff is one such champion. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.